Great. So from this diamond shape, we'll go ahead and invert the legs. So now we'll go the other way. Feet wide, knees together. Also a good quad opener. And then we'll separate the knees, take the feet off the floor and begin to rock back and forth along the spine. Inhaling to come up to sit, exhaling to roll back. Doing some nice long exaggerated rocks to help release the muscles along sides of the back. And then the next time that we come up, we'll take our feet around and we'll place our hands down and come onto our hands and our knees. So a little bit of a cat-cow with a leg extension. On an inhalation, we're gonna reach our right leg up and back, arching through the spine, lifting the heart and the chest. And then as we exhale, we're gonna curl the knee in towards the nose, drawing our head down and kind of making the spine into like a curled shape. Inhaling to arch and exhaling to curl. We'll do a total of 5 repetitions. So you've got 3 to go. One more time. And we'll do a brief child's pose rest, sending seat to heels, knees wide, arms reaching forward. When you're ready, find your way back onto your hands and your knees. The left leg extends as we inhale, we lift the foot, the head, and the chest. As we exhale, knee in towards the nose, curl through the spine. Breathing in to lift and arch, breathing out to pull in and curl. Total of 5, you should have about 3 more to go. Just following our own breath pattern here. And then when you've finished your last one, relaxing that left knee back down, sending the seat back towards the heels for another child's pose. And then finding our way onto our hands and our knees again, and then bringing ourselves upright onto the knees. So we take our hands onto our hips. We're going to take our right foot forward. The right foot is a little bit in front of the right knee. We're shifting the body weight forward, opening up through that left hip and quad, and then shifting the body weight back. We'll do 5 total. And then when we get to the 5th one, we'll come forward and hold. We'll interlace our hands kind of behind the right knee, and then we'll try to extend the arms as straight as we can to reach the chest away from the leg. I'm still pulling the hips down towards that front foot as best I can, and then I'll take the arms overhead. When you're ready, press into the right foot to draw yourself back a bit. And we're going to take our left foot and, our right foot, scoot it in as we bring the hands down, and then take the foot all the way back. So I've got my ball of my right foot on the floor, my hands down, and my left knee down. And I'm going to press into my hands and my right ball of my foot. I'm going to take my left knee in towards my chest, and then I'll take it down in between the hands. So before we fold forward into pigeon pose, we're going to walk our hands back some. So we're trying to kind of lift our hips away from the floor and draw our torso as close to perpendicular to the floor as I can. So I'm again stretching out my quadriceps and my hip in the back. And then from here, I'll let those hips settle down. I'll begin to reach the arms out in front of me to fold forward. Now we're focusing on that left side. When you're ready, draw yourself upright. We're gonna press into the hands. We're gonna tuck the back toes under and big step back into downward facing dog. On an inhalation, we come forward into plank. On an exhalation, we lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your heels up high. Exhale to lower your knees down onto your mat. Inhale to come stand up on the knees, placing the hands on the hips. Exhale, left foot steps forward. And again, foot is in front of the knee so that when we shift forward, knees on top of ankle. And we're doing 5 all together. I like to inhale when I go forward and exhale when I go back. And on the 5th one, when we go forward, we stay there. We interlace our hands behind the knee. We try to extend the arms as much as we can. It might not go all the way straight, that's fine. The goal is to stretch out this back leg as much as we can. And then from there, the arms reach overhead. If you can, let those hips sink forward and down a little more. And then at your own pace, the hands come down. We're gonna scoot that left foot all the way back. The ball of the left foot is on the floor. We're pressing into the hands and the left foot to take the right knee off the floor and place it in between the hands. And then we'll point the back toes. We'll walk the arms back in space a bit, bringing the torso as upright as we can. I'm kind of pressing down into the floor to lift my hips away from my mat. And then when I'm ready, I'll let the hips sink down towards the mat and walk the arms forward. At your own pace, walk your hands back in, tuck your toes, and big step back into downward facing dog. Inhaling forward into plank. Exhaling down onto the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, reach your right leg up and back. And then exhale, float your right foot back down into your dog pose. Then inhale, left leg reaches up and back. And exhale, left foot comes back down. We start to shift our hips a bit from side to side. And we start to walk our feet forward towards our hands. Hanging over the legs, grabbing a hold of opposite elbows, slight knee bend as we shift the body weight from the toes to the heels. And then we shift our body weight from right foot to left. Let the arms dangle down, nod the head, yes, yes, yes. Shake the head, no, no, no. Swinging the head a bit from side to side. And then bending the knees. Slow roll up through the spine, stacking the bones one on top of the other until we're all the way upright. And then once we're here, we'll begin our sun salutations. We're gonna do them slowly. We're not gonna do too many today. I know it's very hot, even if you're inside the AC on. Of course, remember to drink water today, during and after class and throughout the day. On your next inhalation, arms reach either out to the center. And as we exhale, we fold forward, relaxing the head down. On an inhalation, come up onto your fingertips. Take the right foot back to a lunge. And I want you today specifically to really drop your hips down as best you can to open up Then on an exhalation, big step back into downward facing dog. And as you inhale, flip forward, plank. Exhale down onto your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll take 5 deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, 1. Inhale. And exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Inhale. And exhale, 4. Inhale. And exhale, 5. On your next inhalation, reach your right leg up and back. As you exhale, step it in between your hands. Inhale onto the fingertips, drop your hips down. Reach your chest forward, feel that stretch through your left thigh. And then as you exhale, big step forward, fold over, relaxing the head down. Inhale to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands either in prayer or down at your side. And we'll do this just one more time. Breathing in, the arms reach overhead.
Hey, Leah, sorry, I think your mic went out, or your mouth, whatever. We're just here. We're not hearing your mic anymore.
Hold on one sec.
Okay.
So my AirPods disconnected, but I thought that you would be able to hear me without them. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we can hear you. I think maybe if we all just turn up our volume, it's probably okay.
Okay, let me know. I'm going to go back. And let me know if you're still unable to hear me well. Okay, so starting the other side. Inhale, the arms reach overhead. Exhale, the body pulls forward and you relax down. Inhale onto the fingertips, the left foot steps back to lunge. Exhale, the right foot steps back into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe 5. Inhaling. And exhaling 1. Inhaling. And exhaling 2. Inhaling. And exhaling 3. Inhaling. And exhaling 4. Inhaling. And exhaling 5. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, left foot steps in between the hands. Inhale onto the fingertips, hips down, chest forward. Exhale, back foot forward, fold over, head relaxes down. Inhale to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer or down at your sides. So from here, adding in a little quadricep stretch. We're bending the right foot back, grabbing a hold of the right foot with the right hand and pulling the foot in towards your seat. If it's comfortable and accessible for you, you can hold on with both hands. And make sure you're not arching your back here, but you're keeping your rib cage right underneath your shoulders and right above your hips. So your abdominal muscles should feel engaged. Deep breath in and out. Carefully release the foot, shifting over to the other side. When you're ready, release down. Inhale, knees bend deeply, arms reach overhead. Exhale, body pulls forward, head relaxes down. Inhale onto the fingertips, right foot steps back to lunge. Exhale, left foot steps back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. exhale down onto the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back down. So we're going to add in a fire hydrant pose here. This pose is a great quadricep opener. We're going to reach our right leg up and back. We're going to open up through the hip and bend the knee, pulling your heel towards your seat. So to be reminiscent of a boy dog taking a pee. Taking a few nice deep breaths here. And then on your next inhalation, straightening the leg all the way so you can step it through as you exhale and come into warrior one, back looking down. So the more we focus on the hips being forward and down, the more of a stretch we'll get to that left hip and quad area. On your next inhalation, open the arms, the shoulders, and the hips into warrior two. On your next inhalation, take your right hand inside your right foot. Reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling for extended angle. Then we'll draw ourselves all the way up to stand, straightening the front leg and come into triangle. Think about shifting those hips forward and really stretching out that top hip, the left hip, as best you can. On an inhalation, we come upright. On an exhalation, we come into archer pose. So we're going to reach both arms forward as we bend the front knee, and then bring the hands to fists as we pull that left elbow back. From here, extend your left arm, reach it back towards the left leg, then reach those right fingertips up and back for peaceful warrior. And then in one smooth movement, we take both hands down by the front foot. We lift the back heel. We step back to plank. We lower all the way down onto the floor. But instead of upward facing dog, we're going to reach our hands back, turn our head towards the left, and then bend the right knee, grab your right foot, and do another quadricep stretch with the similar line down on the floor. You can either use just your right hand or both hands. When you're ready, release your foot, bring your head back to center. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, and then tuck your toes under and send your seat back towards your heels before coming into downward facing dog. And we'll hold and breathe our downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and start the other side. We're going to take the left leg up and back. We're going to open up through the left hip and bend the knee for fire pose. And then on an inhalation, we'll straighten the leg, and on an exhalation, we'll step it through, coming into warrior one. And remembering today specifically to get our hips as forward and down as we can. Stretch out that right quad. On an inhalation, we come into warrior two. On an inhalation, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, extended angle. On an inhalation, we come all the way up to stand, straightening the front leg. And then on an exhalation, triangle pose, left hand down, right arm up. On an inhalation, draw yourself back upright, then exhale, arch your pose, front knee bend, right arm reaches forward. We bring both hands to fists as we pull the right elbow back. From here, right arm reaches back towards the right leg, left arm reaches up and back as well, peaceful warrior. And then in one smooth motion, taking both hands down by the front foot, lifting our back heel, stepping back to plank, and lowering all the way down. Arms reach back, head turns towards the right. We bend the left knee, grabbing a hold of the left foot, pulling it in, stretching out the quadriceps on the left side. When you're ready, release left foot. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your gaze towards center. Send your seat back towards your heels. And then extend the legs straight into downward facing dog, and we'll hold that dog. Okay, let's lift our heels up high. Draw the knees down onto our mats. And then we'll come up onto the knees again. And we'll do a variation of crescent pose. So we're taking our right foot forward as we did before. The right foot is a little bit in front of the knee. We're going to shift the body weight forward as we did before. Interlace the hands behind the knee. Extend the arms as much as you can, reaching your heart away from that front leg. And then take the arms overhead. Now here's where we add in our side bend. The right fingertips reach down, and the left fingertips reach over towards the right. When you're ready to do so, you're going to take your left hand down, opposite the right foot. We'll bring our right hand braced onto our right leg, extend the back leg into a lunge, and then you're going to kind of press your right hand into your right leg to rotate your chest towards the right before reaching the right arm up. Bring your gaze down towards the floor, and in one smooth motion, step your left knee outside your right foot. We're going to sit down for seated spinal twist. I still have my right arm up. In one movement, I'm going to switch arms. The left arm comes up and the right arm goes down. And then I come into my rotation, either pressing the elbow against the knee or hugging the knee to rotate around. On an inhalation, we face forward, and on an exhalation, we counter twist, hugging the opposite arm. And then we'll come into head to knee pose. So you're just gonna extend your bottom leg and move the right foot over onto the left inner thigh. So my left leg is straight, my right knee's out to the side. I sit up tall through the spine and fold forward on an exhalation. On an inhalation, I draw myself back up to sit. And then this is a new variation for you guys. It's kind of a hard one, but it's a good quad opener. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your right foot to the floor. And then you kind of need to shift over to the left a little bit. See how my butt comes off of my mat? I'm gonna flip my foot underneath. And I'm gonna try to sit up as tall as I can. And then from here, I'm going to start to walk my hands back. Maybe even bringing my elbows down. Now, when you're ready to, you'll transition back upright and then see if you can walk your hands forward over that left leg again. Most likely you're not going to go as far forward as you did on the prior stretch. That's okay. When you're ready, draw yourself upright. Remove the right foot out from underneath your seat so it's right alongside the left, and then we'll swing both legs around, take both hands down, and find your way into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, and hold. When you're ready, lift the heels, draw the knees down. Come up onto the knees. Hands come onto the hips, the left foot steps forward. Foot is in front of knee, so we can shift knee over ankle when we bring the hips down. Hands interlace to draw your chest away from your leg. Then when you're ready, float the arms overhead. From there, the left hand floats down, the right arm reaches up and over towards the left. And at your own pace, we circle the right hand down. We bring our left hand onto our left leg. We extend the back leg straight into lunge, pressing the left hand into the left leg to rotate the chest open before extending the arm overhead. When you're ready, bring your gaze down towards the floor, then big step forward to bring the right knee outside the left foot and we sit down. My left arm is now up, but I'll switch arms and then rotate, pressing the right arm against the left knee. We're hugging the knee if you do so on the first side. When you're ready, counter rotation. And then come to face forward, your bottom leg extends. I've got my left foot on my right inner thigh, and I'll fold forward as I exhale. Amy, your range of motion is getting much better. Let's draw ourselves back up to sit. We've got the right sole of left sole of the foot on, and we're flipping the foot behind. Okay, so our first movement from behind is walking the hands back and potentially taking the forearms down. Hanging out here for a moment. And then whenever you're ready to, drawing yourself back upright and folding forward over the extended right leg. When you're ready, draw yourself up to sit. We'll extend the left leg alongside the right. So both of my legs are extended out in front of me. And we'll add in a seated forward fold, folding forward over both sides. When you're ready, guys, go ahead and roll yourself up to sit. And we'll do some of our Pilates long sit-ups. So as you exhale, hold the belly in as you reach forward. And then as you inhale, slow roll down onto your mat. Then as you exhale, reach the arms forward and draw yourself back up to sit again. And as you inhale, sit up tall for the spine. Exhale, pull the belly in as you reach the arms forward. Inhale, roll down onto your spine. Exhale, roll up to sit. And inhale, make the spine nice and tall. 3 more times. Exhale, pull in as you reach forward. Inhale, roll down onto your mat. Exhale, roll up to sit. Inhale, sit up even taller. 2 more times. Exhale, pull the belly in as you reach forward. Inhale, roll all the way down. Exhale, roll all the way up. Inhale, sit up tall. Last time. Exhale, pull in as you reach forward. Inhale, roll all the way down. Exhale, roll all the way up. And inhale, sit up tall. From here, we'll take our feet around towards the seat, bring both hands down, and find our way into downward facing dog again. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhaling lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Here. Alrighty, let's come forward again, and then all the way down, and take a short rest, lying on our front. The arms and the head can be however you like. And from here, we'll come into a half bow. So I'm going to reach my left arm forward and my right arm back for my right foot. And I'm lifting as much of the body off the floor as I can. Carefully releasing down, taking another short rest, maybe turning my head the opposite direction that I did the last time. And then taking my half bow on the other side. The right arm comes forward, the left arm goes back. I grab my left foot and I come up into my bow. Carefully relaxing down, and remembering each time I come down, I turn my head the opposite direction. Let's now do one full bow with both arms, holding both feet. And relaxing down, turning the head the other way. Alrighty, so this is a more advanced pose, but it's a very good quad opener. So I'm going to want to make sure everybody can see. So I'm up on my forearms, like I'm going to do a forearm plank, but I'm going to keep my spine in an arch. And then I'm going to take my left forearm and turn it so it's perpendicular to the front of my mat. Okay, so I want to try not to let my torso sink down here. I'm trying to keep my torso as upright as I can. Then I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to reach back for my foot and I'm going to try to press my foot down exactly towards my seat for that quad stretch. That looks really good, Amy, and everyone. So this is called half frog pose. It's one of the most effective quad openers, but you have to have a really bendy spine. That's why we did so many back bends before this pose, or else it's kind of hard to pull off. Let's take another 5 counts here. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then carefully release your foot. We'll slide that right forearm parallel to the front part of the mat. We'll bend the left knee, reach back for that left foot, and then press the foot down toward, exactly. Nice job, guys. This is also a good shoulder opener. I know you guys often request that. Holding here, 3, 2, 1, and release. And then one more time, we'll come to lie down, turning the head, taking a short rest. And this time while you're here, just rock your hips a bit from side to side to relax the lower back a little bit more. And then we'll go ahead and come into a child's pose rest. And we'll do traditional style. So feet and knees are together. Arms are reaching back and head is relaxed down in front of the knees. When you're ready, on an inhalation, draw yourself up to sit. And then sit down on one side of your feet and extend the legs out in front of you. So working our way down onto the floor, we'll do a little bit of core work to get there. So I'm sitting up tall. My feet are in front of me enough that I don't feel like all scrunched up. And I'm interlacing my fingers, extending my thumb and my index finger like Charlie's Angels. Sit up tall through the spine. On an inhalation, hinge back about halfway. And on an exhalation, rotate to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate left. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate left. We'll do one more on each side, taking your time. Once you come back to center, exhale up to sit. Inhale, hinge back halfway. Exhale up to sit. Inhale, hinge back halfway. Last 2. And last 1. This time we roll all the way, all the way, all the way down. Releasing the bind of the hands, moving the arms maybe out to the sides, maybe overhead, and just taking a short rest. Let's bend our knees as we rest. There's no strain in the low back at all. And then because we've done so many quad openers already today, we're going to try this next pose, which is a little challenging, but I think doable. I just want to make sure you guys can see me well enough. Okay, so we're propping ourselves up on our elbows like we did before. We're going to kind of scoot ourselves over to the left to draw the right foot down. And then you're going to try to come to lie down. Yep, it might feel intense. Just kind of breathe into it. But this is great, everybody's down. And yeah, Amy's doing a nice variation where she has her left sole of the foot on the floor, which makes it a little bit easier to pull off. But actually, now that I'm doing it also, I feel more of a stretch on that right side. So you guys might want to try that. I like that variation a lot. I also feel like it doesn't make my spine arch as much. So that's probably what's allowing my quadricep to open up a little more. Getting out of this position can be not so easy or pretty. I probably extend your left leg straight again, then prop yourself up on your elbows, then shift away from that right side to release the leg, and then we'll come into the other side. So it's not the easiest pose to get into or out of, but it is quite an effective quad opener. It does require a fair amount of spinal extension or back bending. So when you're doing harder quad opening poses like this, you want to make sure that you add in a lot of back bending. Stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, prop yourself up on your elbows, extending that right leg to bring the left foot back. And then we'll lie on the back, take the knees in towards the chest, and rock a bit from side to side. So unfortunately, a lot of Pilates-based stuff where we're in tabletop position causes a little bit of a quad engagement. So we're going to skip that kind of stuff today for the sake of not engaging an area that we've just released. And we'll come into a reclined twist. So both knees come over to the right. Right hand folds them down, left arm opens. Now, before you come up, I want you to release your right hand off of the legs. So I've got both arms out to the sides. My wrists are in line with my shoulders. Now, as I exhale, I'm going to engage my abdominals and use my abdominals to roll myself back onto my back. And then very slowly, I'm going to decelerate the legs going over the other way. So I'm just kind of using my abdominal muscles to make that transition. And I'll go ahead and take my left hand onto the legs and settle into that rotation on the other side. When you're ready to come out of the rotation, remove the left hand from on top of the legs. Exhale, pull the belly in to draw the legs back up to the center. And then as we inhale, we're decelerating over towards the right. And we'll just move back and forth between the two. Exhale, use the abs to draw the legs up. Inhale, use the abs to slowly lower the legs down towards the left. Exhale, use the abs to draw the legs up. Inhale, slowly lower the legs down towards the right. Exhaling, center. And inhaling, left. Exhaling, center. And inhaling, right. exhale, center. And this time, open the knees out to the sides, interlace your hands around your feet, or hold on to your ankles and pull the feet in towards your center. From here, let's go ahead and come into our shoulder stand. So if you haven't already, you can begin to lower yourself down when you're ready. And at your own pace, work your way down onto your mat. And then if you like, you can skip fish pose today. We did a lot of archy stuff, so we don't necessarily have to. You're welcome to do so if you'd like to. But for your final relaxation, I recommend knees bent with soles of the feet on the floor and just the knees rolling inwards a little bit so they can support each other. Just to kind of help combat all of the arching stuff that we did so we can stay in a nice neutral spine while we're resting. Let's begin to deepen our breathing. Giving yourself a nice big stretch before drawing the knees in towards your chest. Rolling over onto one side and drawing yourself up to sit. This is what I was showing them earlier, Amy, that you missed. I got this. I'm very excited about it.
I want one.
It's from an estate sale, and I believe it's from 1986. So I don't know how easy it is to find. But if you're ever in the city and you want to take a break and come to Brooklyn and introduce our dogs and sit in this swinging chair, you're more than welcome to come over.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. So just an FYI, tomorrow evening's quote hard class, because I teach it outside and it's very hot. It's a lot slower and less complicated sequencing. You guys all have the link for that, but if anybody needs it again, let me know. So you're welcome to join if you like, or if you can't make it on Friday. And that class is Thursdays, 6:45. I taught it last night outside. It was not as hot as it had been during the day, and we just like moved slowly, and it was really nice. So just wanted to mention that in case you guys wanted to give it a try.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Friday or perhaps tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Welcome,
Bye.
you too.